Well, howdy there. If you're interested in how Dead Man's Hand Redux plays, then grab yourself a whiskey and stay tuned because we got a game coming up right now. So recently I've been thinking that I want to play some games of Dead Man's Hand. I've played a few already, really enjoy it, and I thought it'd be good to start working through the campaign or the scenarios that are in the core rulebook. So today I'm going to be playing the first act, or the first scenario out of the first scenario, and this is called Whiskey for the Demons. So let's go down to the table, have a look at the setup, and then I'll talk you through the scenario down at the table. All right, and welcome to the game table for today's game, brought to us from the Dead Man's Hand Redux series. This is the opening act, Whiskey for the Demons, and we are going to be playing the opening scene today. Now, I have taken what is in the book and changed some of the characters to fit with my my figures that I've done here, which if you've been following the channel, you'll know I'm a big fan of the 90s TV series, The Adventures of Briscoe County Jr., and so my characters are from that series. So let's touch upon what the scene is so far. So we have two strangers who have arrived in the town, and they are looking for a man named Briscoe, which is stirring unease amongst the locals. Tensions peaked at the Sassy Gal Whiskey Saloon as harsh words flew between the strangers and the hot-headed Lord Bowler. A bar brawl erupted, but the chaos was abruptly silenced by a gunshot, leaving the room in an eerie hush. So we find ourselves with Briscoe and Lord Bowler out in the town, and they are just here. Here's Briscoe, and then we've got Bowler over here. And then at the other end of the town, we've got Pete Hutter, and we've got the eldest of the Swill brothers. Pete and the eldest Swill brother there, they are looking for Briscoe, and we find ourselves starting this this game today with both pairs at either ends of the street. Over here we have the saloon, and then this building here that's fairly run down, that is going to be the jailhouse, and that will be quite important later on, I believe, in the act. So let's I've shuffled the decks, and we'll deal out the initiative cards and the hands, and we'll go into turn one in just a moment. Okay, so welcome to the start of turn one. Pete Hutter has the initiative. He got a 7 on his card, and then Briscoe and the eldest Swill brother got 6s, and Lord Bowler's got a 2. So we're going to start off the turn, and I think Pete is going to make a move over here to the baggage area, and then I think he's going to aim and shoot at Briscoe. So let's see if that can happen. Yeah, absolutely. So there's one movement for Pete. We'll put a movement token down, and then he is going to aim and shoot at Briscoe. So let's have a look at my chart quickly for shooting. He has got he's got a pistol, so he hasn't moved more than 1. He's not under fire. It's an aim shot, so he gets a +1. So let's have a roll of that d20 and see what happens. And it's a 1. So natural 1 is out of ammo. So Pete is out of ammo already, which is quite amusing, that. So let's put an ammo token on Pete, if I can find one, and then we'll move on to the next character, who will give to Briscoe. Okay, so up next we've got Briscoe, and he is going to start off by aiming and then taking a shot at Pete, and then he's going to do a second shot So first of all, let's have a quick look at the modifiers. So it is an aimed shot, so it's a +1. And then the target has moved, so it's down to equal, and he is behind substantial cover, so that's a -1 to the roll. So we're going to roll a d20 and see what happens, and it's a 19. That is a good roll. So it is -1, so that goes down to 18. So let's have a look on our table. Now 15 to 18 is an under fire marker, so we'll put that on Pete, and then we are going to need to roll a nerve test. So Pete has a nerve rating of +3, so we need 3 or above to pass this nerve test. Oh, and we've rolled a 5 just off camera there. So Pete has passed the nerve test, and we're now going to go on to Briscoe's second roll. Now, it's now a second shot, so he gets a -1 for that. He also gets a -1 because the target moved, and he's behind substantial cover, so that's a -3. So let's see how Briscoe gets on. He's got an 8, down to 5. Which, if I remember correctly, is a miss. So that ends Briscoe's turn, and we'll now move on to the elder Swill brother. Okay, so it's the turn of the elder Swill brother, and he is going to do a move behind the stagecoach. He's then going to take an aimed shot at Briscoe. So we'll just measure that quickly. Yeah, he's happily around the corner there, and he's going to aim at Briscoe and shoot. So what's happened? Well, he did move, so we'll put a move token on the Swill brother there, and there we go. So 1 move token there, and he's now aiming and shooting. So the shooter hasn't taken 2 move actions. He's not under fire. It's an aim shot, so it's a +1. The target is not moving, but he is behind substantial cover. So that is a -1. And on top of that, he is the boss, essentially. So that is a -1 altogether. Let's roll the dice, see what happens. And it's a 19. My goodness. So down to an 18. It's an under fire token for Briscoe, and it's a nerve test. So let's have a very quick look what his nerve is. So Lawman, we're playing him as a marshal. He's got a nerve of 3+. So let's roll a d10 and see what he gets. 3 up needed. That's a 2. That's a concern. Let me just check that I'm doing this right. Because the nerve test, yeah, that's what I thought. So it's a -1 per under fire marker. So actually, yeah, he has failed the following modifiers applied to him. Yeah, but he has got a friendly character within 15 centimeters. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's in 15 centimeters. Let's just check out how close Bowler is there. Oh, he's actually beyond 15 centimeters. So that's not going to help. So he's not going to get it, and he's failed his nerve test. So we're going to take an additional under fire token for Briscoe there. So that's the end of the Swill Brothers' turn. Let's move over to Bowler next. Okay, so last person to go on turn 1 is Lord Bowler. He is going to move towards Pete Hutter there, and then he's going to take 2 shots with his shotgun, which if he can get into close range, or point blank range I should say, he's going to get a +4, so this could be quite useful. So yeah, he's happily within point blank. So we'll now go through the firing sequence. So the shooter hasn't moved twice. He's not under fire. It's not an aim shot. Now the target was moving, so it's a -1. And I think from where he stood, there is a bit of cover. So we're going to give him a -1. So that's now -2 off of the dice. And yeah, so that's it. So next thing to do is to roll the dice. The -2 is taken off the +4, so we're just +2 to the dice. Let's see how Bowler gets on. He's got a 17 +2, so that's 19. So it's actually out of action, which is a bit crazy. Pete is out of action and he goes down. So let's put a move token on Bowler, and that ends the turn. So I'm gonna reset, and then we'll go to turn 2 and see how we get on. Okay, so before we start turn 2, because 50% of the gang of Pete Hutter and the eldest Swill brother are out of action, it means we have to take a big nerve test. Now, we take it based on the nerve value of the remaining, or the highest nerve number of those remaining. We've only got one remaining, so it's going to be based on his, and he's a 4+. Now, he hasn't got any under fire tokens on him, so that's going to be beneficial, but he still needs to roll a 4+ on the D10. So let's roll that now, see how they get on, see if they hang around in town. And he's rolled an 8, so he's absolutely fine. He's going to continue fighting on, and we'll start turn 2 in just a moment. Okay, at the start of turn 2 then, the cards are as such. Bowler has the initiative first with a king, then it's the eldest Swill brother with a 7, and Briscoe is going to finish up the turn last because he's only got a 3. So starting off with Lord Bowler, we are going to, I think probably best to get him a bit behind a bit of cover. He'll do he'll do a move behind these suitcases, then he's going to reload because he used 1 shotgun shell, so then he'll have 2, and then I think what we'll do is get him, I don't think he's actually going to be able to see the Swill brother, so I think at that point he'll probably just end that turn there. So it's easily a move behind here. He's reloaded, and then good to go. So next up will be the Swill brothers. Okay, so next is the turn of the oldest Swill brother, and he is going to aim at Briscoe and then take 2 shots. So first of all, he hasn't moved. He's not under fire. It is an aim shot, so it's a +1. The target next hasn't moved. He is behind substantial cover, so -1, so it's now evens. And he is also the boss as well, so it's a -1 to the dice. So let's see how he gets on. And he's rolled a 16. So that is down to 15, and that is not good for Briscoe. He now needs to take another under fire token, which takes him up to 3, and now has to take a nerve test. Now for the nerve test, he is got a nerve of 3. However, he's now got 3 under fire tokens. We'll just quickly check if Bowler is in range of him, and he is within 15, so he gets a +1 there. So it's down to -2 on the dice roll. So he needs 5 or better. Oh, no, and I'm not going to use D20, I'm going to use D10. So 5 or better. Oh, that was a 7. It's not. It's now a 3. So that means that he takes another under fire token. This is really not good for Briscoe at all. So it's now on to the Swill brothers' second shot. And we'll go through the modifiers very quickly. It's not aimed. It is his second shot, so it's a -1. Briscoe's behind substantial cover, -2, and he's the boss, -3. So looking for -3, and he's got 17. -3 is 14, and it's another under fire marker for Briscoe. This is not doing Briscoe the World of Good at all. So I'm going to look up whether that's going to affect Briscoe, and then we will start Briscoe's turn. Okay, so it would be Briscoe's turn, except for he has now received more under fire tokens than he actually had hits on his character. So his character it can take 4 hits, and he not only reached that but then surpassed that in this Full Brothers turn. So Briscoe is out of action. That's 50% of the force down. That means Bowler needs to take a big nerve test. Now he has I forget the term now, but his number that we're looking for is a 4+. That's his nerve. So his nerve is 4+. He hasn't got any under fire tokens, so we just need a 4+ to stay in the game. And he's got a 10, so he absolutely loves it. So on that basis, we are then going to go into turn 3. And we'll have just 2 characters left, and we'll see how we get on. Okay, so start of turn 3, and it was so close on the draw. The eldest Swill brother has just pipped Lord Bowler. He got a 10, Bowler got a 9. So the Swill brother is up first. Now, I think the best thing he can do at this point is probably move, get within point blank range, and then look to get an aimed shot off. So that's what he's going to do. So moving, he can easily get into a position just here. He's in point blank range, and he's going to take an aim shot at Lord Bowler. So he has moved, but not twice. So we'll just put that token there. He is aiming, so it's a +1. He's at point blank range. He gets another +2 for his pistol. So he's now +3. The target, Lord Bowler, has not moved. He is not behind substantial cover. He's not obscured. He's not a boss. He's not a horse or a large target. So it is +3 to the D20. Let's see how it goes. And it's a 9. So 9 plus 3 is 12. And 12 is an under fire marker. So that was a bit of a lucky escape there for Lord Bowler. Let's see how this goes going back the other way. So Lord Bowler's turn coming up in just a moment. Okay, so we're on to Lord Bowler's turn, and he is going to do a recovery action to take off his under fire token, and then he will do 2 shots with his shotgun, and that is at point blank range. So first of all, we'll take off the under fire token, and he's going to fire. So first of all, he's not moved, he's not under fire, it's not an aim shot, so +4 close point blank. The target has moved -1, so it's down to +3 now, but he's not behind substantial cover, and it is going to be 3+ to the dice roll. So on a D20, it's a 6, +3 is a 9, which is going to be a miss. And he's going to fire again. This time, same again, -1 for being a second shot. So now it's just +2 to the dice. So here we go. And it's a 12 +2 is 14. 14 is an under fire token. And that, because he's used both shots, Lord Bowler is now going to be out of ammo. So really, he does need to get the initiative at the start of next turn. So I think we're now moving into turn 4, and I'll reset and we'll come back and carry that out in a moment. Okay, so at the start of turn 4, both players drew a queen. Now I rolled 2 d10s, one for each player. off camera, and Lord Bowler just pipped it for initiative. So Lord Bowler is going to go first. He's going to start off with a reload action, taking off his out of ammo marker, and then he is going to fire once with his shotgun and once with his pistol. So starting off, the shooter has not moved, is not under fire, and first of all will fire point blank with a +4. The target is not moving and is not in substantial cover, so it is a 4+ on the dice. So let's see what happens. And it's a 10 + 4 is 14, and that is another under fire token. So I'll just add another one on there, and now he's going to fire with his pistol, gets a +2, but this time it is his second shot, so it's a -1, so it's just +1 overall. And he's rolled a 19, +1 is 20. That is the target out of action. The Swill Brother is down, and that brings Lord Bowler out as victorious. So a cracking game, 4 really exciting kinetic turns, and we'll head back now just to the chair, just to get some final thoughts on this and wrap up this this video. All right, so there we have it, a cracking game of A Dead Man's Hand Redux. I really enjoyed it. It's a fast, fun game, very quick to set up, and I really played that on just a small desk in the hobby room, so it just works really, really well, and look forward to some more games coming to the channel. Now that has probably taken me maybe 45 minutes to an hour tops, and I was recording it, 4 turns. And I think it's just worked really, really well. So very, very highly recommend this game. It is just a lot of fun. What I hope to do in not too many weeks' time is to play the second scenario from this act and see how that progresses. I've not done any of these before, so I think this would be really, really good to see how it works, and it certainly fits with my characters that I've produced. Now, hopefully you've enjoyed my video from Wednesday, where I started a series of how to play videos based around the game NARM 68. And if you did enjoy that, then do check out my video on this coming Wednesday, where I will be looking at another episode in the series, looking specifically at the turn sequence and basically how a turn works. So until then, take care, stay safe, and we'll see you soon.